The U20 Elite division is Switzerland's top junior hockey league. It's followed by the top division, which is the second league. Each U20 team also has a pro team, which allows for great integration at the pro level. Switzerland is probably the most attractive country for a junior hockey player, because the number of imports at the pro level is so low that the teams really try hard to integrate the young talents at the pro level, creating farm teams, giving them multiple way contracts, and also giving them pro game time experience still when they're at the junior level. The players live in dorms usually, so that they can organize the hockey and the school, the work simultaneously. The league allows for 2 imports per team, but this rule has an exception. If the player lives close to the border, this number goes up to 5 players. The Swiss player license is attained after 5 years of playing juniors. And this is something we've already talked about before. This is why international players move to Switzerland at an early age, so that when they turn 19 or 20, they don't count against the import rule. There's plenty of very important players that have played in this league, like Nico Hischier and many more. So this is a very important and good league to play in as a young prospect. So, our next interview will be with Luca Gianninazzi from HC Lugano. Luca is the head coach of the U20 team of Lugano, which plays in the U20 Elite, Switzerland's prime junior league. It will be very interesting to hear from a coach's perspective how the prospects turn pro. Hi Luca.
Hi Martin, it's a pleasure for me today to talk with you, and I hope that I can answer all your questions.
Yeah, thank you to be here. It's going to be nice to talk to you. So our first question actually will be, where do you take your players from? And do you have only regional scouts, or how do you manage your recruiting?
So we start from the base, like we grow up our guys in Lugano. So every year we have 50 to 100 young guys that start talking with us like 3 to 5 years old, and we try to keep them with us till the U20. For sure, not everybody of them is gonna make it. And then, like starting from U13, we start watching for guys like close to us that they can move here with the parents. Like for example, we have every year guys from Varese or from Como coming to us. And then from U15 up, we start watching also abroad. In Switzerland, for the junior section, we have some imports rule, which make it like kind of difficult to really scout abroad, because we can only play from U17 up. We can only play 2 imports that are not parental or that are not close to Switzerland. So for example, for U17, if one guy comes from Varese, he's an import, but we can play 5 like this. But if he comes from Val Gardena, for example, then we can only have 2 that play like this. So I don't know if I was clear with my answer, but that's a bit like what we can do. And then we scout for sure also in Switzerland, abroad Switzerland, because all the guys with the Swiss passport, they can play how many they want. We can play how many we want. And for the U20, we have also a scouting section that started this year. So we have a new scouting manager, and he's gonna for sure go abroad, seeing some tournaments, and we watch a lot of national teams. We try to scout national team players from also other countries, and that's a bit how we go. And till now was myself going for U18, U16, U15 tournaments, and when we see a prospect that we are interested in, we take contact, and sometimes it's the opposite. So we have guys that wants to come in Lugano, and they take contact with us, and then we usually make a tryout in April for 2 weeks. This year for sure, seeing the situation wasn't possible, and we probably will do the tryouts on starting the season, so end of July and first week of August, if it's gonna be possible.
Yeah, a much discussed question will be, up to when do you think the kids are kids, and when do you think they should be starting to train more professionally?
But that's a big topic that, as coaches, we for the junior section we discuss about it a lot. I think till U13 they are kids, so we need to accept that, and for sure we need to teach them the fundamentals of hockey, but at the same time they need to enjoy being in the rink. But I use also the same thing with the U20. I think the first thing is to have fun and to enjoy being there, because if the passion is not there, then your learning curve is not going to be so high. So there will be one moment that you do everything because it's an habit and not because you love it so much anymore, which is not really good. So I think like till from U15 up the things get a bit more serious, but it's a game, so it should never be too serious. But I also think like for all the under U13, they should be also like poly how you say that in English, polysport.
Sports, yeah.
So doing multiple sport, it's important too on my eyes. So I think you should not specialize on hockey too much. We should also let the players be kids, because they are kids.
Where do the kids stay? Do they stay in a dorm? And do you organize this as a team, or who manages that?
That's depend a bit. Like we usually till they are 18, we find some billet family. Usually it's the player that has to pay for it, and also we try to help for it, but it's not so easy to find billet family in Lugano region. So if the guys come with a solution already, it's gonna be way easier if they look also for a solution themselves. And it depends a lot also. It's bad to say, but it depends from the level of the player. Like if it's really a high prospect that we try really badly to take in Lugano, then for sure it's up to us to find something. If it's somebody that wants to move to have the opportunity to practice with us and be in our organization, then it's more we try to help, but at the end of the day it's up to them to find a solution.
And do you as a coach and the whole organization care about the school part, or do you just see the players as hockey players?
No, we put a lot of importance in school. So we want in our junior section, everybody has to do something, if it's a school, if it's a work or something, but they also in the U20, we don't have guys doing only hockey. We don't want that, because we think the two things has to go together. And for looking for the school, we don't have like a Hockey Club Lugano school, so we have a lot of connection with all the schools around us, and we can help the guys decide what they want to do, and they have plenty of opportunity open. So at the end, it's up to the guy to decide what they want to do, and we try to find the best way possible to make it a good cooperation between school and hockey, so that they can have some free days, they can practice a bit more, and they can, for example, go away on the Friday to play the game.
So when the players start to age out of the juniors, do you help them to find a pro contract, or do they do that by themselves with their agents and so on?
I would say we try to help everybody for sure. Like first thing is kind of when they turn junior, when they are maybe last 2 years of junior, we decide who it's important for us in the future. So with which player we want to keep working in the future in our organization. And then for the other guys, for sure, I have as a coach always discussion with them, and I don't force to find solution for them. And what I mean by that is like if they feel that they need my help and they want my help, then I will give my help for sure. But then it's not our responsibility to find something as a pro. And for sure, it's for me it's a good thing, and I'm really proud and happy every time a guy that played for me has the chance to turn into pro. But first of all, it's them. They need to want it, and if they need my help, I will give it to them for sure.
So when a junior takes this big step in their career to turn pro from the juniors, do you think there's one or two most important aspects for them to pay attention to?
I think the first thing is I'm totally convinced that at the first point there is passion. If you have passion for the game, everything is going to be easier. And to me, the second thing is your attitude, so your work ethic. And those two things to me comes way before talent or whatever. Because if you have those two things, then you're gonna build up. You're gonna develop every year. You're gonna get better every year. And if you don't have it, and you have a lot of talent, it's not so sure. I'm not so sure. I'm not so convinced that it's always gonna be the same. It's not always gonna go the same way. So I think those two things, passion and work ethic, is key. And then for sure on the ice is every single player is different. So I think you need to build up your strengths and build your game on your strengths. So if you are a great skater, you need to build up your game on the skating part and so on. And on the weak side, I think you don't have to have weaknesses that keep you down. So what I mean by that, if for sure everybody of us has weaknesses, but you should not have something that it's really too low that is not gonna let you play at the next level.
Oh, interesting that you say that they need to focus on their strong part. So if you're a good skater, train your skating even more, because so you have a chance to stand out in your game.
Yeah.
Right?
I think that's a really important thing, like to know I think from under 17, under 20 up, you need to start learning which kind of players do I want to be, and which kind of player can I be successful in the next level. Because what I see a lot of guys with talent, but they don't understand what they need to work on to make the next level.
Yeah, so thank you, Luca. That was it for us. It was very interesting to listen to you and your thoughts, because it's important for us also to see a coach's perspective and see how they think and feel about their players.